We've closed six figures in sales off a new YouTube channel in under 90 days. And more importantly, we've gotten rid of over a dozen random lead generation strategies that left us exhausted and cost us 80% of our time and thousands of dollars a month. Today, YouTube gets us more free leads and sales calls booked with prospects than any of our other previous strategies combined, and in this video, I'm going to show you how. I'm Justin Keltner, and on this channel, we talk about marketing, sales, and systems to help you grow your business on autopilot. If that's something you're interested in, make sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss a single video. Plus, I have a really special gift for you. In this video, we're going to be talking about a lot of strategies around lead generation, but you're probably wondering, how do I actually manage and organize all of those leads? Well, you do that with the right all-in-one system that covers email marketing, lead management, and more. And I've put together a comparison sheet of the top email marketing systems for you based on my 15 years of experience in marketing and software development so that you can choose the right software that's best for you. First, let's talk about what most marketers and salespeople teach you about generating leads. Typically, they want you to do all the things. And those are some of the things like post on Facebook 3 times a day, post on LinkedIn 3 times a day, do Instagram posts, do Instagram stories, film YouTube videos, do podcast interviews, do cold email, go to networking events, join memberships and associations. And believe me, I've been part of plenty of those, and don't even get me started on all the 7 a.m. breakfast club meetings that I went to when I was living and running my business in the San Francisco Bay Area. That was a lot of time and energy. Run Facebook groups, do live streams, run ads on Facebook, Google, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, all of these other places. But where does that usually leave you? And I'm speaking from personal experience. Well, it leaves you exhausted, leaves you broke, and leaves you not knowing what's actually working in your business and what isn't. It keeps you stuck in the constant hustle and struggle, and you're never really going to be able to scale from there unless you make this one shift. And I'll note something as a sidebar, which is everybody is going to be selling you this like latest and greatest strategy. It might be you need to do challenges, and that's how you're going to build your 6-figure business or grow to 7 figures. It might be that they're selling you this special course on how to leverage TikTok, and I've purchased a few of those myself. They're always selling you this like next best strategy, this magic pill that's just miraculously going to fix everything for you. But the reality is no one single tactic or strategy ever will. And unfortunately, when you combine all of these different strategies, pretty much just throwing crap at the wall to see what sticks, well, not only are you not very effective most of the time, but you're also wasting a lot of time and energy and burning yourself out. So, how do you really run your business like a real business and make lead generation and marketing and sales work for you? Well, number one, you need to build a business that runs like a machine by using systems. Some of those systems include the CRM system that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, that we have that comparison sheet for right down below that you can download. Those systems include different text messaging marketing systems, ideally one that you'll pick and use, that you can use to stay in touch with people on an automated basis. Maybe cold or warm email platforms like Woodpecker, which is the one that we use to send personalized messages to some of our clients. And that saves you from having to go into the inbox and just like do all the stuff all the time because it automates a lot of your work. So number two is making sure that you have the right product to market fit. There's so many people, in fact, the majority go into business with this idea, like I'm really good at building widgets, so I should start a widget company, or I'm an amazing contractor, so I need to go and offer my services and fix houses, or do whatever you're doing in that niche or in that trade. Or maybe you've got this idea for like the next greatest piece of software. You want to do a software startup, and you think that it's going to become a unicorn. And what a lot of businesses will do is they'll say, all right, I'm going to go all in on this, maybe get a bunch of funding, mortgage my house, get an SBA loan, get some venture capital or what have you. And they're going to go all in on an idea, but they're not first researching the right product market fit. The way that we teach our clients how to do this is in one of the very first modules that you go through when you join us in Effortless Revenue Mastermind, which is where we work with many 6 and aspiring 7-figure business owners to help them get organized and get all of these systems and strategies together, is we do market research. So instead of saying, hey, I've got this really cool thing, I'm just going to go out and build it and then sell it now, we actually flip the script and we have you do market research, which leads to sales calls. And those sales calls validate in real time that your idea actually works and that the product that you think you want to offer to the marketplace is actually going to be purchased by your customers in the marketplace. And if your customers give you actual money for an idea that you can then execute, you know that that idea is worth executing or worth building or worth launching into the marketplace versus spending months or even years on the next best thing since sliced bread until you realize either it wasn't the best thing to do or somebody else beat you to it because you took so long to iterate and actually build before you started selling. So it's important to pre-sell and do your market research, which we teach in our programs. Instead of just assuming that you have that product market fit, you want to actually test it first in the marketplace. And then number 3 is you want to find a way to consistently refill your pipeline with new leads. I'm going to get into how YouTube does that in a second, but whenever you're on a sales call with a potential client, the one thing that's typically going on in the back of your mind, because this is how it was for us, is, wow, like I need to get this sale, right? I need to convert this person into a customer because if I don't, then what? And the reason that we tend to fall back to that scarcity mindset is that we don't have a bunch of other calls booked on the calendar. In the last week, I've had about 10 sales calls get booked, and there's going to be another 15 in the week that's coming because we've started ramping up a lot of the strategies that we're using. And so every single week we're talking to, at a bare minimum, 5, but in many cases between my partner and myself, 10 or 15 different new prospects per week on sales calls. And that number is only increasing, and once it hits a certain point, we're going to start hiring people to help us work those leads. But the reason that we can be so confident in our calls is obviously, number 1, we've already tested this product to market fit. We've already gotten people 7 figures plus of results from our courses, from our training, from our programs. And it's also because we have a full pipeline. And having the right lead generation strategies in place allows you to have a full pipeline. And when you have a full pipeline, you're not coming across as desperate Dave on these calls and having to close every single lead that you get in front of, because frankly, some people aren't going to be a good fit for your programs. And in fact, we've had a couple people in the last few weeks that we've had to basically cancel their memberships and say, hey, you're just not really a good fit, or that we've turned away on the sales call because not everybody is going to be a good fit to join you. And when you have the right lead generation systems in place, you're able to weed out a lot of those really, really bad quality clients that are just going to drag you and your energy and your business down. So the key word with all of these strategies that we use, and now it's very few of them, is really consistency. It's about showing up consistently in front of the perfect audience for your product. And YouTube allows you to do that in a way that is completely free. Yes, it costs you time and energy, but that time and energy is very well spent when you start getting free qualified leads like we are every other day on our Entrepreneur Expat channel. Now, here are the 4 specific tactics that we use with YouTube to get those kinds of results and stay constantly top of mind for the subscribers and other viewers of our channel. So number 1 of those tactics is a heavy focus on search engine optimization. This is something that we teach to our clients in many of our programs, but it's essentially looking at what people are actually searching for, in this case specifically on the YouTube platform, and building content around that instead of just talking about whatever you feel like talking about. It sounds very simple, and there's definitely multiple layers to this, but what's important to know is that you start at the source of what's actually popular, what's actually being searched for, and then you optimize both the text that you use as a script for different videos, or whatever your outline is for different videos, you optimize it based on those keywords, based on other competitive videos that are performing really well. And then we use different tools like vidIQ to optimize the title, the description, the tags, all of the other elements of the video so that it falls in line with what people are searching for and what the algorithm is going to pick up and recommend. The second tactic that we use is called newsjacking. So what newsjacking is covering breaking news that affects the industry. I'll give you one example. Some of the videos on our Entrepreneur Expat channel where we teach people how to move overseas and build a location-independent business are these videos about remote jobs. Remote jobs are a huge topic of contention nowadays because more and more companies are asking people to go back into the office. So that affects people that want to be entrepreneur expats because obviously they want jobs that allow them to work from anywhere, or ideally a business that allows them to work from anywhere, but they might not know that yet. So we've done already 3 different videos covering trending topics around remote jobs. So for example, when Amazon said that everybody has to come back to work 5 days a week in the office or they're fired, well, we took that as an opportunity to record a video about that exact thing and what our opinions were on it, how it affects them as entrepreneur expats, and so on. When Pace Morby, who is a real estate investor, did a video on Kamala's tax strategy, we did a response video or a reaction video to that, posted that on our channel. That also performed extremely well and got us dozens of leads. So that's, in a nutshell, what newsjacking is. Now, the third tactic is consistently uploading at least 3 times per week. So we usually, on our Entrepreneur Expat channel, will do anywhere from 3 to 5 videos per week, and we're working up to that on this channel as well. And the reason for that is the YouTube algorithm will promote channels and creators more that are consistently posting content. Not only that, every video that we post is essentially an opportunity to have a one-to-many discussion that in many cases leads to a sales conversation. And when we're building rapport, we're proving our value, we're adding value to these viewers in a one-to-many fashion, it reduces the amount of work that you actually need to do when you finally get that person on a call because they already know, like, and trust you. We've talked to people who have purchased our programs that in some cases have watched over a dozen videos of ours, and they've been following us for almost the last 6 months since the very beginning of the channel. And by the time they get on a call with us, they're basically ready to move forward. Then the fourth and final strategy is you want to make sure that you have an opt-in to a lead magnet after every single video, or a call to action where they book a call after watching the video. This is really important because a lot of videos today on YouTube don't really have any call to action, or if they do, they don't have a good call to action. So they might say something like, oh, follow and like for more, or maybe they'll say that you can book a call with them, but that's their only real business strategy. They might be selling coaching or consulting on the area that they support people with for $50 or $100 or $150 an hour, but that's still trading time for dollars, and that's not a super viable business model. So the reason that we have either a strategy call, which leads to a sale of a leverage program, such as our Effortless Revenue Mastermind, where people pay us monthly to get access to our online training, live coaching, and Slack community, is because we sell that once and we receive payments over and over and over again. And we don't have to deliver any kind of individual work. It's all done in a group setting where our time is a lot more leveraged. And when you have opt-ins at the end of the video, you basically let the robots do the work. They'll opt into your thing, they'll get the emails, they'll get the text messages, they'll get everything else behind the scenes so that you can automatically convert people from viewers on your YouTube channel to opt-ins to then having them book calls totally on autopilot, which is what many people that get on our calendars do. In fact, the vast majority either come directly from a booking link that we send them in an email or a text message, or they'll book on our calendar after maybe 1 or 2 messages back and forth after they are on our email list and we're asking questions from that list. So those are all the strategies that we use. We focus primarily on YouTube now. Of course, we also repurpose content from YouTube on other platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and places like that. But all of that happens completely automatically with the tools that we have. And most of our attention is focused on just making amazing content for YouTube. So far, that's gotten us over 100,000 views since we've started that channel just a few short months ago. We'll link to that channel near this video as well. And we're so grateful for all of the subscribers and for the community that we're building there. But more importantly, it's helped us grow our business significantly. Like I mentioned at the start, we closed 6 figures in new business as a result of just those leads coming in from YouTube. So this is the strategy that works now. I think it's going to work for a very long time to come. And if you're not already in YouTube, what's stopping you? Let us know in the comments if you have any thoughts, questions, concerns around using YouTube to grow your business. And definitely don't forget to check out the guide that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, where we're going to talk about all of the different marketing software behind the scenes that you can use to automate many of these parts of your business, and we give you our recommendations as well. Thanks so much for watching, and have an amazing day. I will see you again very soon.